Hello everyone and welcome in. I'm Danielle and I'm the host of Community Distance Reiki. Welcome in, go ahead, get nice and comfortable. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome in. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, I'm here 5 times a week. Go ahead and check out the description where you can see all the days and times. You can find there information about my online Reiki classes, social media, community Discord, and so much more. For the first half of an hour that we are here, I invite everyone who's here live to go ahead and enter into the chat any healing intentions you have. I will be building us a beautiful custom crystal grid for our time together. You can go ahead and request the specific topic or subject you'd like that healing to go for, or a specific stone, and if I have it, I'll add it. After a brief explanation of what Reiki is, I'll then go into sending you healing wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be. If you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. And for those of you who are here live, go ahead and hit the like button if you possibly can. It'll help lots of folks hear about the stream, and we'll get some more folks in with us for next time. And the more the merrier. One of the key components here of community distance Reiki is that of communal chi. The more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the energy potential is magnified. So simply by being here and by taking part, you're helping to grow the collective energy. And even though our individual energies remain separate and protected, you're still contributing just by being here. So thank you. So let's go ahead into that chat and see what we're putting into the crystal grid today for starters. Oh, hello everyone. Gotcha. We have Jen, we have Korakar, Grace, Gelguire. Ah, good to see. Oh, future someone, hello. I missed you all this weekend. I did. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek over here. Let me know if there is any specific stuff you want healing intention set to, and I will go ahead and, oh, hi Vincent. I will go ahead and support the crystal grid. Let's go ahead over and take a peek at that grid today. Okay, so here's our blank slate. Let's go ahead. For those of you who might be new, I always keep the recordings up for you to watch at a later date and time. You can always enjoy the healings whenever you happen to need one. The thumbnail will always have the picture of the grid that we build together, and I always spell out the names of the crystals in the description. There's a link to my crystal shop, but if you want to look for them closer to home, you can at least, see how they're spelled. It makes it a little bit easier to source them. Okay, good stuff. Inner peace. Chronic worrying. Yeah. Let's worry. Let's help ourselves with that. Heart healing and for your back. Okay. And blue kyanite, bloodstone, hematite, fluorite. You got it. Heart and back healing. Yeah. Decisions in difficult times. Intuition in difficult times. Opening the road to prosperity and finding your home. And you're feeling labradorite. Okay, so let's start digging into what I've got here. Okay. Labradorite. Blue kyanite, bloodstone. Herkimer, aventurine, amethyst. Copper, amethyst. Awesome. Some copper here. We're going to do some pain healing today too. Some celestite for pain healing. Inner peace. not so much the worrying. Okay. Decisions. Mookaite for decisions for sure. Mookaite is excellent for decisions, so we'll put some of that in there. Mookaite also goes by Australia Jasper. So you can keep your requests on coming. Ooh, I don't have green amethyst. I have peridot. I do have garnet. Hey, Fiat Luna. I do have garnet. I have green kyanite and peridot. Is there a preference on either of those, Geldwire? And garnet, garnet, garnet. Okay, let's get to building. So the copper we've been having a lot of fun with. We find that it really amplifies the grid, and I've invested in some new pieces that can help us have some unique grids. So these are just some jewelry findings. Small hammered copper rings. No preference on the substitute. Okay, let's come back to that. We'll see if there's a one that kind of echoes or overlaps another intention there. Karen, good to see you. Stay grounded, self-love, family and friends. Emotional and physical well-being. Gotcha. Love it. Good to see you. Okay, let's get some garnet in there. Grounding, stabilizing, all of the things that we think of as executive function. Organizing, coming up with a plan, and like strategy. Ways to get things done with productivity. Very Capricorn stone. We're going to go ahead and put that in the copper. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see. We've got some, as I mentioned, mookaite helps with making decisions. Also goes by Australia Jasper. Mookaite's also great for like digestive calm, which is one of the reasons I thought to start integrating it here. We get a lot of requests for calming down digestion. Next we have amethyst. It's one of the stones of definitely self-love, self-approval. A lot of things that we would think of in terms of 12-step as well, including the serenity prayer. The serenity prayer being, I change the things I can accept, I change the things I cannot accept. I accept the things I cannot change is a big part of it. And I feel like one of the things that we don't often think about with that is the part of that that has to do with the boundaries there. You know, what ball is in my court? Where is the edge of my circus? Which are my monkeys, and for what am I responsible for, and what needs changing and what really doesn't. And so for that, it can be really helpful for things like boundaries and accountability, and help support us if we have a tendency to step in for others, maybe in a way that's not super helpful to their overall development. Can be great for that. Blue kyanite. What a great way to start off Pride Month for sure is blue kyanite. It's a stone I use a lot with self-acceptance, especially when it has to do with LGBT factors. It's radical self-acceptance, like spiritual self-pride, which is a factor that we talk about in integrated energy therapy, to accept ourselves as loving and lovable exactly as we are. But it's also excellent for understanding intuitive guidance, which can be really helpful for things like making decisions. So that goes to support another intention we had today. looks really pretty. Let's see, yup, Pride Month. Let's see, Bloodstone by request, which is the heart and root grounding stone. So if you need some heavy duty heart healing, and by heart I don't, a little bit physical heart, more the emotional heart, does help the physical heart and blood and things like that too. But it's a deep green with flecks of red, and it really helps times of emotional tumult where we also have like things that are so emotionally traumatic and shocking that it shakes us to our core and we feel just unsafe in a sense, or ungrounded, or not connected to reality, or like we don't know who we are or where we are. Those kinds of like earth-shattering emotional stuff. And I don't know, if anyone has flashed at the news in the US recently, yep, we could all use a lot of bloodstone. But also it's just one of those stones that I use a lot in my healing with in-person clients, distance clients, and here at Community Distance Reiki. It's an excellent stone for like recent trauma or just like shocking news that has an emotional impact. Labradorite. So many things. It's also really good with a really good stone with particularly garnet here. This can help with piecing together the information, taking in all the disparate pieces, balancing them with your intuition. It can help with research, especially if you use it alongside tiger eye in that way. It's also one of my favorite stones for folks who are having sleep disturbances, particularly if those sleep disturbances are related to energy or psychic gifts. So we'll bring some labradorite. Awesome. Herkimer. Lots of good reasons, but today I feel like we're using this for manifesting. It is excellent for manifesting, not so much in the way that we see The Secret, which is like, you know, get the Lamborghini. The universe wants you to have a Lamborghini. Demand the Lamborghini. This is more like, what's in line with my soul's purpose? That, please. I would like that. Align me with my soul's purpose. And kind of giving the universe some wiggle room in how that shows up. Not so much to say, like, I'll accept whatever, but more in saying, I feel like there could be suggestions as to how this can show up for the best possible, greatest good. And so I really like that. As you can see, it naturally develops. It's a natural double terminated quartz. It's not actually a diamond. And they form just like this in the ground with 2 points. They don't form attached to a matrix or bedrock or anything like other stones are like to do. Crystal can be formed any number of ways, like for example, this is clear quartz and a little bit of fire quartz. And fire quartz is quartz that's been turned red because of its proximity to iron, which, you know, is like rusty colored. If you look at the back, it started growing from some like bedrock or sedimentary rock, and they formed atop of it, and they formed many crystals in many directions. These are what happen when it forms when it's not attached to anything, and it's called a double terminated quartz. Particularly if it's from the Herkimer region of New York, there's lots of these. You can just reach around in the ground and find them. Big ones, small ones, all of them. Yes, I love that. Hugs to everybody on the earth. All the people, all the places, all the things. Yes. Green aventurine. This is a stone that helps us with confidence in a big, big way. Sometimes we get, and this kind of goes with Herkimer in a way. It's sort of like the Herkimer is the idea of I'm calling on this or better, or the best version of it for me. This is like when we want to expand our vision of ourselves and of what we're even capable of. It helps us to gain self-confidence while we step into our soul's purpose, while we move forward in life. It's definitely a stone of self-love and self-acceptance, for sure. But also self-love, self-acceptance, and really like a boost of self-confidence. So very much aligned with our kyanite there. So we'll put it in between some kyanites and next to our amethyst. This grid is beautiful already. Thank you all so much for your suggestions and for what you're requesting. Let's see what else. Chronic worry. I kind of want to look up what someone else would use for worry. I know what I would use. Let's see what other folks would use. Let's pick Cassandra Eason's brain, shall we? She doesn't really go into worry, but she goes into stress. She uses a lot of what I would use, which is actually everything that's on the grid. Yeah, labradorite. Oh, we didn't put fluorite out. We can put that out. That was a request. Kyanite. Blue lace agate we can add. Herkimer, amethyst, aventurine. Yeah, these are all stones I would use for that. But let's go with the fluorite first. Smoky quartz. Good call. Smoky quartz is a perfect call for this grid. Good call. That's not what I thought I grabbed. Here we go. Fluorite. Fluorite also excellent for the teeth and to some extent the bones, but it's great for mental, emotional calming. It's definitely makes a lot of sense. Mental calming, like when I think of worry, I think like calming the mind. And so this is one of the stones that definitely comes to mind. And it was requested already, so perfect. We'll put that in front of our bloodstone, and then we'll grab some smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is also a stone that I use for things like protection and grounding, especially for folks who are new to energy work and new to intuitive work. It does absolutely do a great job of calming worry for sure. It also helps to get energy blocks moving, especially when it's combined with things like copper, can really get those energy blockages flowing. And transmutation. I use it a lot when I want to really change and transmute energy. Like when I'm doing Reiki in person, I usually will keep like a large piece of smoky quartz around just to keep the energy healing and moving and transforming into something better as much as possible. So it becomes, in that regard, it's another great stone for Reiki practitioners. So in front of the amethysts, in front of the mookaite. Any other last requests, or are we gonna coast on into me coming up with some ideas? Let's go ahead and I'll think about what can go in the center here. So there's always this point in about the middle, about where we are now, where I kind of look at the grid and I think about what stones might be good to kind of complete it and finish it off. And then everybody votes while I describe what Reiki is for those who are new. So let's go ahead and see what feels like it wants to be here. Hematite, gotcha. You have a rainbow tower. Oh, nice. Hematite, you got it. Hematite's an excellent choice, as always, future someone. I was thinking something grounding, and sure enough, as always, great minds. Great minds, great minds. Hematite for grounding, balancing, clearing the blood too. It's thought to be, it's been used for that for thousands of years. Yeah, hematite can be an excellent grounding stone. It's so physically heavy. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But this can also help us through like difficult times and like helping us feel grounded as we like move through some transmutation. So I often will use, if people feel a little ungrounded working with something like smoky quartz, I'll suggest like either a red jasper or hematite. Red jasper is a little bit more super grounding. Hematite is grounding in that progress kind of motion. Huh. I have some really fun ones to pick from. Okay. Ocean jasper. See if I have a piece of ocean jasper close by. I do not, but that's a good reminder to keep on looking for that in my stuff. I have 2 crystals for us to choose from, so you all can vote. I wonder how that will end. Guess we'll have to find out. So one of the things that comes to mind when I look at this grid is pyrite. Pyrite helps with intuitive clarity and cultivating connection to the intuitive, but in a very specific kind of way. It's not just sort of diffuse, like blowing open the third eye. It's like really connecting with higher wisdom kind of stuff. It balances not only the third eye, but the crown as well. So deepening and clarifying the connection between higher wisdom and ourself, including our higher self. So we've got this. It can also be another one that's good if you're having a little bit of trouble either understanding what's coming through intuitively or grounding afterwards. Like if you're having trouble sleeping afterwards, or if you get like prophetic dreams, this can be another good stone along with labradorite. The other one we've worked with once before. It's great for calming. It's good for self-love and self-care as well, but really excellent for calming and just chilling out. Cerussite and barite, which are both forms of lead. These both have lead in them. So yes, I'm holding lead. But we're in Philly. All of the water pipes are lead. All of us Philly people are like, yeah, we're comfy with that. Definitely do not put this in water and drink it. Even if your water pipes are made of lead, don't add to it. But yeah, when they used to say whitest whites, most lead in the old Dutch boy paint ads, this is what they were talking about. This is like a pinkish white, but there's like bright, bright white, and this is what they would actually add to the paint to make it white. Like I said, excellent for calming. It's cerussite, barite, and galena all together, all secondary ores of lead. So calming with cerussite, barite, and galena. You can just say cerussite or pyrite. Go ahead and make your votes in the chat. While you're doing that, please go ahead and like the stream if you haven't already. That like boosts up the algorithm to maybe share this to a few more people. We're up to 152 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I mean, I've only been doing this on YouTube for like 3 months now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is for those who are uninitiated while you all go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've moved all of my teachings online since COVID. I've been teaching Reiki for 13 years. You can learn more about me, my classes, my online Reiki classes, we have a level 1 that's actually starting next weekend. Just go ahead and click the description. All of that will pop up along with the crystal shop, the Discord, and all that good stuff. Reiki, as I would describe it, would be the type I practice is actually Usui, which comes from Japan. And the understanding is that everything is energy. We're made of energy. Everything, everyone, the animals, the plants, the things like this microphone in front of me and the things behind me, all of these things have energy. And energy is always moving, always flowing. Well, we have our own energy, and these items have their own energy. There are several, if you would, frequencies of this energy that flow through all of us. One of them being spiritually guided life energy, or Reiki. This particular energy is one that unites us all. It's flowing through all of us. It can never, on its own, never do any real harm. It's just a beautiful energy of spiritually guided kind of love light energy. When our body, mind, and spirit have access to more of this energy, it's almost like the equivalent of a spiritual shower in a sense. Our body, mind, and spirit basically take this Reiki energy that's always around us and always flowing through us, and as I connect with it and direct more of it to you, you're able to then synthesize that in a way that best supports your highest good in this moment today. Feel free at any point to set any intentions. You never have to say them aloud. You can, if you're watching this in the future, just close your eyes, think of what the intention is, and then just let it go. And you can do that at any point during the session. If you're simply here to see what Reiki feels like, this is a great opportunity. When we get more Reiki supplied to us, just like when we're drinking water, we don't have to think about the processes that water is going to support in our body. Our subconscious mind, our body physiology just automatically knows how to put it to best use. Very, very much the same with Reiki energy. We don't have to focus on it. We don't have to keep a clear or silent mind, although we can do either of those two things if we want to. We can just simply allow that energy to flow, and it will go where it's most needed. If we're a little depleted, it'll help fill in that gap. If we're ready to let go of some things, in a way, it kind of helps push that out a little bit gently, not in a way that's ungrounding, but it can support us while we release what we're kind of ready to let go of. And that can be anything from emotions to habits to physical pain even. But I encourage you to see how Reiki shows up to you. The most important description and understanding of what Reiki is the one that you develop through actually experiencing it. Oftentimes folks will fall asleep, snore, be in between awake and asleep. I encourage you to see the way in which it sort of shows up today. Generally, I suggest being physically comfortable and support yourself in that way. So you can lay down, you can sit up, you can fall asleep, that's fine. If you want to combine this time with something else like journaling or stretching or music or whatever, absolutely up to you. This is your self-care time, so feel free to combine it with a practice that makes sense to you. You can also just simply relax, snooze, notice what comes up. If the same thoughts and ideas are coming up, it might be intuitive guidance or wisdom, or maybe even that voice in the back of your head that you haven't been listening to for a while. So I encourage you to give it some space and see what it has to say. And if it feels like you're kind of daydreaming and thinking about some things, it's up to you to decide if you want to continue with that or take a deep breath and see if those things kind of quiet down and give you some peace. You can close your eyes, keep your eyes open, whatever makes sense to you. During the session, I will remain silent. I will turn the music up and I will turn the lights down. There'll be a gentle movement through several different colors over the grid, but there will be no flashing or strobing at any time. At the end of your session, you'll hear my voice come back in and I'll invite you to take a deep breath in. At that point, you can just gently move, stretch, breathe at your own pace, come back to your body, or stay relaxed and take a nap if you want to. Continue meditating, whatever you'd like. But if you'd like to come back to the chat and ask any questions or share any experiences, you're super encouraged to do that too. I'll be back here. This is a Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern US time. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. as I am every Thursday. And if you're watching this in the future and you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the comments or reach out to me on social media, and I'll do my best to come up with an answer for you. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead back to the chat and see what our last crystals will be. Ooh, Jen, I will do the same thing. I will add you to my featured channels too. Jennifer and Fiad Luna, you both have YouTube channels of your own. So check each other out, and you're both former students of mine. So yeah. And Cora Carr, Jennifer, is in our neighborhood. Not talking too much about, very much the diaspora of our neighborhood, not the closeness of our neighborhood, the larger expanse. Not walking distance, but closest-ness. Philly peoples in general. This is the pyrite. I'm seeing a lot for pyrite and a lot for cerussite. So you know what I'm going to do. Because we always end up splitting the difference, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. Philly people in the chat. Lots of pyrite. I think that will be our grid for sure. Oh, you all hit it out of the park. Let's see. Now it feels very balanced. Lots of pyrite. Yeah. Yep. Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this beautiful piece close by too, just because why not? Thank you all so much for being here. And like I mentioned at the top of the hour, communal chi is absolutely a huge part of what keeps this going. Simply being here with the intention of any kind of healing whatsoever helps support and expand the energy that's available to everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to send Reiki to all of you. I'm going to, as I said, turn down the lights, turn up the music, and get started. So go ahead, get cozy. If you need to move or bend or get anything you need at any point in time, it's not going to stop the flow of energy. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you. We'll end in just a little bit after the top of the hour. So we'll go for about a half an hour. I'll see you then, and thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your session. deep breath and release. Feel free to slowly stretch, move, or bend as needed. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. And if you have any questions or anything to share, I encourage you to go ahead and just pop that in the chat. Felt like a really powerful grid to me. You're so welcome, future someone. Thank you as always for being here. It's so good to see you. Wonderful suggestions as always. You're so welcome, Vincent. Good to see you. You're welcome, Gail Guire. Thanks for stopping in. I feel so chilled out right now. Yeah, this cerussite, galena, barite has been kind of blowing my mind lately. It's such an amazing calming stone. Feel free if you have any questions or anything to share, go right ahead. Oh, you're so welcome, Fiat Luna. Just noticed your comment there. As a reminder, I will be here tomorrow at 8 a.m., Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m., Sunday at 8 p.m. Again, thank you all so much for being here. Honor and an absolute pleasure as always. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close. I'll be active for just a few more minutes in the chat. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go get ready to teach my level 2 Reiki class in just about 20 minutes. Thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. All the best to all of you with all of your healing intentions. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much, and bye for now.